all about making yourself a priority. So we all have our different goals in life and what we think is important and what we want to do. And I know personally for myself, when I'm thinking about my priorities, and if I'm just like sitting down and I write up on a piece of paper everything that I have to get done, sometimes when I'm making those to-do lists, I have to take a step back and think, what part of my to-do list is for me today? Because I think it's really important to look forward to something every single day, and making myself a priority is one of those things I like to put on my to-do list to like look forward to it. Sometimes it's as simple as a Starbucks drink. Making sure that I fit time in my schedule to treat myself. I love Starbucks, and as I talked about on the Monday's episode of like Budget Like a Boss, where you can just like budget in those nice things that make you happy, because these little simple joys in life, that's happiness, right? Like that is making yourself a priority. And my favorite drink, it's only $3.54, and if I get a lot of joy out of that, why not? Sometimes they're a little more complex. Making yourself a priority might be going to bed at 9 o'clock instead of binge watching the new Netflix show, staying up super late. Did you know there's actually something called, something that, like, this is a thing where it's, I'm trying to think of it, it's like reverse, oh shoot, I'm going to butcher this completely, but basically the reason why you stay up so late every single night watching movies or scrolling on your phone is because you feel like you didn't get to do anything for yourself during the day. And it's almost like reverse revenge or something like that, where you stay up super late because that's the only time that you have to yourself. And if you feel this way, and I used to do this as a kid, and I did not realize that, like when I was at my dad's, like I would stay up super, super late because I could do whatever I wanted. And let's be real, it was chill. Like I would like whiten my teeth, or I would watch a movie that I wanted to watch. Or one night I remember I was watching Wild Child, and I like painted with nail polish like this little, it was metal, and you could put like chapstick in it and money. It was like a small little carrier, and I wrote Logan Lee on it. It was super cute. But I would also like use the computer, and I'd play games, staying up super late because I felt like it was me time. But going to bed early is prioritizing yourself, because then you can wake up earlier the next morning and have that time, and you don't feel exhausted. Of course, it's not fun to wake up at 5:30, which like 5:30, that's the time that I'm trying to wake up so I can prioritize myself, go to the gym, work out before I have to go to work, and have that time to myself. Now, it's not fun going to work out, right? Like, it's a hassle. You have to change, like you have to wear leggings, right? Like you have to wear a sports bra, you have to go in, you have to get sweaty. But I know in the long run, it's going to give me some happiness because I made myself a priority. I worked out, I moved my body, it's going to help my heart, it's going to help my overall happiness, the endorphins pumping through my body, and so I make myself a priority that way. But if I stayed up super late watching Netflix with my friends or with Garrett, like that's not prioritizing myself, and that's not having my best self like interest in mind. So if I go to bed early at 9:30, then I'm able to wake up a little bit earlier and get a good workout in. So then when I have my day, I don't feel completely taken advantage of, where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I had to go to work, I wasn't able to have any me time to be creative. And that's also like how you're spending your downtime is also really important. So maybe putting down your phone and picking up a book, or going outside for a walk and getting in nature and doing all of those things that are not fun in the moment, but will in turn, those habits will build up and it'll become easier, because pouring into yourself and that self-care, it's not always easy. And I know the movement of like self-care, self-love, it's so good, but it's not always like putting on a super good face mask and taking a bubble bath. Like those are kind of easy things, but making yourself a priority is like meal prepping or budgeting healthy food so that you're able to nourish and fuel your body. Like self-love and prioritization. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. It's a lot of hard work. And it's the difference, like, we could do anything we want at any time, and it's not that hard, but it's the decision to stay consistent every single day and to make that decision to prioritize your life and your health and your happiness. Sometimes, like, if you're new to trying to prioritize what is actually like making you happy and like really pinpointing down the things that stress you out, I like to take a piece of paper and I like to think of all the things that I do day to day, and then I like listing, okay, is this for me or is this for someone else? Especially when I am trying to plan my day or my schedule or my month and what I'm doing and how that's going to impact me or what's going to make me happy. And so, like, when you just think of it in that way, find something to look forward to every day, and also find something that is going to like help your health, help yourself, and just like make yourself a priority. Because if we feel taken advantage of, if we feel like we're not being heard, if we feel like we are just giving to other people all the time and never giving to ourselves, soon our bucket is empty. So if you think of your happiness and all the stuff that you have to give, maybe it's your energy, your happiness, a smile, your money, whatever it is, if you think of it like in a bucket or a styrofoam cup, and someone comes and they take a scoop of water, they poke a hole in your cup, and soon it starts to drizzle out and your cup is empty, and you're like, well, I have nothing to give. And that's where burnout comes, because you're so burnt out of helping everybody else and doing everything for everyone, you don't ever get to give back to yourself or do the things that you love and you like. Habits and making yourself a priority, it's not always fun. It's sometimes terrible and boring. When I think about like my diet, and I think, oh my gosh, it would be so good if I baked some pancakes and I put extra butter and syrup on it and chocolate chips, but also some strawberry jam. Like, that's a lot of sugar, and it might be good in the moment, just like a little kid who goes to the candy shop, or if you think about the movie Elf, where Buddy is making his his spaghetti and he puts all the sugar on it and he's just munching down, like you're gonna get a tummy ache. Like, it's not gonna make you feel good in the moment, or it's not gonna make you feel good after the moment has passed. Like, you're gonna feel icky on the inside. Same with our habits. Like, it might seem like a good idea in the moment, but if it's not fulfilling you, if you're not making yourself a priority, if you're not doing those things that are going to like stack on top of your goals, then it's not going to end out well. So some things I like to do to make myself a priority is, one, say no to things that I'm not passionate about, or saying no to things that are just kind of not really my priority. And it can be hard in the moment. There's a thing, it's like, is it hard to leave your hometown? It's like a little sound on TikTok. It's like, is it hard to leave your hometown? And the person was like, it's hard to leave your hometown in the moment. As soon as you're gone, it's the easiest thing in the world. And separating yourself from toxic people or toxic situations, like, it can be hard in the moment. And confrontation, it's not really my favorite thing, but if you stick to your guns and if you just make it known to what you need, most people are going to understand where you're coming from. And if they don't understand where you're coming from, then that's not someone who needs to be in your life forever. Maybe they were good for that moment or that space and time, but you can move on, or you can start eliminating contact with that person. You don't have to do cold cut turkey and just cold cut turkey. You don't have to cut cold turkey. Oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher that saying, but you don't have to just cut them off completely and say, nope, you can't. I listened to Golden Hour Drip podcast and they said, no, you should not talk to that person. They're toxic. They take too much out of your bucket, because that's going to hurt their feelings, right? And that shouldn't keep you stuck by being so conscientious of someone else's feelings, but you can just stop scheduling, hanging out with them, coffee dates, all those things that bring you around that person, and instead you can start filling your life with people who do make you happy, and filling your space and time with things that are fulfilling. And if giving yourself a facial while you splurge, you know, and you have a nice comfy satin robe and you're just hanging out and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the best, I'm just able to hang out and do my skincare, like if that's going to fulfill you instead of just like partying with your friends and going to sleep with all your makeup on, like make yourself a priority. Or if you have a big test coming up, don't stay up super late watching Netflix. Or if you have diet goals, like making yourself a priority, it's like I said, it's not easy, it's hard, and it's going to take some practice. But the more you do it, the better you're going to become at making yourself a priority. And then I know it can seem selfish in the moment because you're like, if I'm just so caught up in my own stuff and what I need, I'm not going to be focused on other people. But when you are making yourself a priority and you're filling yourself up, then you can give back to other people because you have stuff in your cup to give out. Your cup is not empty. You've fulfilled yourself. You don't feel taken advantage of, and you can do those nice things, whether it's donating your time, your money, or helping a friend, or volunteering at work, or picking up a different shift. Like, fulfill yourself, make sure you're making yourself a priority, and everything else will just fall into place. So I hope that you have an amazing Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Make yourself a priority, do the hard things, and it's going to get easier, I absolutely promise. So thank you so much for listening, and until next time, bye. Oh, before I leave, don't forget, we are doing a submission episode, questions. Send all your questions to goldenhourdrip@gmail.com. This will be our July episode. If you need any advice, so sorry, I keep forgetting to talk about this. Please, please, please send them in. You can DM me or send them via email. But that is all now. Until next time, bye.